5 people are affected by adoption. My dad's ex-wife adopted 3 children, 2 out of the States and 1 who has Down syndrome. And she went through this process, I'm going to say about 20 to 25 years ago, where there was no social media, there was no internet or anything, so it was a very hard process, especially adopting internationally. So I read an article a while back about how a bill was passed to allow people to be able to post on social media and advertise that they're wanting to adopt. Before that, it was illegal to put on any kind of like Facebook, Twitter, anything about their wanting to adopt because, actually I'm not sure the reason behind that, but now this is passed and BC also did it, and they've seen an increase in adoption rates because we're bringing it into the 21st century, we're allowing people to actually go online and be able to access other people. So it gives the adoptive parents easier opportunities, and it gives the expectant parents, mothers or birth mothers, a way to reach out and connect to potential families for their unborn child. So I started to research it because I can't have my children myself, and I know that one day I will adopt, but I didn't actually know the processes required to adopt or what channels I had to go through. So in Canada, there's 3 different adoptions. You can do a private adoption, a public adoption, or an international. A private one is going through a registered adoption agency. A public is going through the government, and international is another, it's adoption agencies overseas or wherever in the country that you want to adopt a child from. For both private and public, there's pros and cons. For private, it's more of a streamlined process. They also give you more support. They offer you pre-adoption and post-adoption counseling. They offer you proper training, and they actually facilitate the adoption day. So when the child is born, you go to the hospital, and they're there to help you through that process. And they have a lot more resources for you. So you're not just given a child and being like, all right, take care of this, raise it. But private adoption is also a little bit more expensive. Private adoption can range from about $5,000 to $20,000, and it has a list of other things that you have to go through to actually be eligible to adopt. Right now in the Canadian welfare system, there are 87,000 children in the system, and there's 30,000 who are eligible to be adopted today. So that's through the public system, and the public is all through the government. So there's a few more steps and red tape that you have to go through, but it's more of an inexpensive way. Also, private adoptions, there's majority of private adoptions are for newborns. So babies who are freshly born, or even they have the agreement with the expectant mother up until that day, the baby is born, and then they get to take the baby from the hospital. A lot of the public adoptions are more for children who are older. A lot of the children in these systems are 6 years old and older because when they were taken out of their homes and placed into their foster care or other safe homes, they're at an older age. And a lot of these children come from abuse, mental disabilities and all that, and they also require a little more care than a baby might. So a lot more people are adopting babies rather than children, older children. So for the international, it's the most expensive, and it can cost between $20,000 and $50,000. It also takes the most time and the most effort, since you have to go overseas or you go to a different country and actually go to other adoption agencies, and there's a lot of red tape to get through because of course you're taking a child from a different country. But like I said, the sad truth is that a lot of people are adopting babies from birth, which is fantastic in its own right. It's great, it's giving them a place to live and a great upbringing, but there are many other children, older children, 10, 11, 12-year-olds who also need healthy, loving homes, supportive homes. And so kind of my thing is, if any of you are ever in the position of wanting to adopt a child, consider adopting an older child. It's worth it. There's nothing wrong with older children. It's just they have a little bit more life experience, and that's something that you get to share with them, and you get to raise them. I know myself, I want the experience of raising a baby from being a baby, but I think I'd also consider an older child, because everyone deserves a home and everyone deserves somewhere safe to grow up. So, in closing, if you ever adopt, consider adopting someone older.
Yay.